nationality, but my name is Patrice Williams Lindo. The name of my firm is Career Nomad. I am based out of the United States in Atlanta, Georgia. So welcome and thank you for coming. Today, we'll be talking about how to revolutionize change within the Power Platform and going from automation to recognition. So one of the things I want you to, keep in mind as we're doing this is that we're not here to just play it safe and to just do things the way we've always known how to do them. We're here to talk about leading in a way that's bold, that's people first when it comes to digital transformations, and then using that Microsoft Power Platform to shake things up. So let's dive in. Our learning objectives for today is that we want to integrate what I call the RNA method, the framework. We can use this for high impact Power Platform adoption. Secondly, I want us to think about how we can break through organizational resistance to using these tools and how to foster accountability and match that up with recognition for doing the right thing, the innovative thing. And third, I will show you how to implement some governance strategies so that as you're scaling it in a secure way, it really makes sense for your teams. Along the way, of course, if you have any questions, please do let me know. Feel free to stop me. I can't see the chat at this moment. So for those that are on the call that can see the chat, just let me know when something comes in and I'm happy to stop along the way. Sound good?
Yeah, we will.
All right, sounds good. So if we start right from the beginning, what is RNA and why is it important, right? If we take a step back and think about digital transformation, we hear that all the time, especially as it relates to technology and what's happening in the world. But it's much more than a buzzword. It really is where we are in the world today. It's a matter of professional and personal survival that we understand just what it means to go through digital transformation. But all too often, tech solutions fail because people are an afterthought. They kind of build it and they will come, is the mentality behind that. So today we're going to talk about how you can leverage the Power Platform combined with RNA Framework to put people at the center of the change. If you think of it as a hub and a spoke, the people are the hub and then they have the spoke with the Power Platform. So RNA is rebranding, where you position your change initiatives with clarity, right? The change is not, oh my goodness, we have to do another change. It's more like, wait a minute, this is something that we can do quicker, sooner, faster, or that, will get us to a desired result in a way that makes sense and that's efficient and innovative and all of those things. So rebranding is the first part. Second, we have networking. So how can you build coalitions that drive adoption when it comes to change in a sustainable way? And third, achieve recognition. How can you create and celebrate the wins that fuel the momentum for the continuous engagement? It's a proven method that if you use this to drive career and organizations, this can create the success we're looking for. So today we're going to apply this RNA framework to digital transformation to ensure that your team is empowered, your processes are optimized, and your results are celebrated. So when it comes to actually thinking through what it looks like as you are leveraging the Power Platform, one of the things you want to keep in mind is that as it's intuitive for user-driven solutions, automation, it actually is something that we need. And what we want to keep in mind is that when it's created without purpose, it can create chaos. So as you're thinking about what these user-driven solutions are, you want to think about how to rebrand your processes so that you can leverage the apps to streamline your workflows. You can use them while maintaining the clarity and purpose of what it is you're trying to achieve. Then we can talk later, and I'll share with you later, a case study where you'll see the rebranding processes and how they reduce manual tasks by up to 60%. This is specifically with using Power Apps and Power Automate. Secondly, for Power Automate, you'll see where as we develop these seamless workflows, it will reduce manual effort. Thirdly, for Power BI, we will use them not only for data-driven decision-making, but it helps to keep the teams aligned and cohesive. It's a lot more than just data. It's about connection. When you democratize data access, you can foster cross-departmental collaboration. So just think, if you have a marketing team, for example, or a tech team that's pulling real insights from finance or creating campaigns or creating new products, you can really create a synergy that's both creative and cost effective. So, how can you break through resistance? One of the things that you want to keep in mind, right, is that as you are creating the, I'm going to say, environment, right, for something new and something innovative, you want to think about how you're going to handle the resistance to that change. You can turn skeptics into champions if you communicate at every level. There's strategies for doing this, like stakeholder mapping, transparent communication, and also sharing those quick wins. But getting to the place where you keep these three pillars top of mind. Tell people what's going on along the way. Encourage it through having champions for the cause, where people have gotten, let's say, early wins or have used it and can speak to their experience. Or if they are not, having the answers, they can point people in the right direction. Then, when people are actually doing this, how can you do so in a way that recognizes those that are adopting and amplify and share those stories? Because a lot of times that human connection is what it takes to get someone to try something new. Are there any questions? Has anyone in the room actually used any of the Power Apps as of yet? And if so, what has your experience been?
So maybe I will open mics.
Yes,
Second.
please. I'd love to hear from the audience because I don't want to just talk at them. I'd love to hear what they think.
Yeah, the mics are open.
All right. So who has been using the Power Apps and what has your experience been so far?
Are you talking about Power Apps general?
Yes, in general. Yes,
In
I'd
general.
love to hear about it.
So I am creating some apps as a developer, and it's kind of love and hate
Okay.
relation.
Tell me about, yes, I want to hear. Tell me what's the love and what's the hate.
Hate is because it is buggy, very buggy problems with copying and pasting. YAML code and many different things that are happening that shouldn't be. So that's why it is hating, and modern controls are bad, very bad.
Okay. And what do you
But
love?
everything else, it is great. It is very fun to develop apps, to make real ideas, to programming. Everything else is great. If only Power App Studio could be a little bit better, less buggy, it would be absolutely awesome. And there is one thing I absolutely hate, that code window is expandable, not modal window. I hate to always expand it, to make a little change, then roll it back to only to see that it's not that what I want to get, and again expand, roll up, roll down, roll up, roll down, roll up. If I could bring this window to my second screen, my display, and just made there any changes and look on the fly how it works on my app, it would be absolutely great.
So what I'm hearing is, especially the user experience, right? It takes more time, right? Number one, to make sure that what you have put in is accurate, right? When you speak about the buggy, and then also the inconvenience, right, of not being able to, for example, copy paste and what you just described. When that happens, do you ever, and I know this is another step, but have you ever submitted that feedback? Sometimes they will you'll get a pop-up from Microsoft. What has your experience been? Have you ever submitted that feedback?
In Power Apps, never, because I use a lot of preview features like user-defined functions and user-defined types, for example. So
Yeah.
I know that I will get as well like, you shouldn't do that.
Yes. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Well, you know what I was
And I
going to say.
love,
It sounds like,
I absolutely love user-defined functions and user-defined types. I'm
yes.
absolutely loving it. So,
Yes. It's kind
you
of the
know,
cost, right? The cost of
yeah,
getting it early, is that you have some inconvenience. And the good thing is that, when it does, when they do get it worked out, because I'm sure it gets better and better, right? With every release and update and that sort of thing. If we think back to, even let's take it out of Power for a minute. If we think back to when like Word and PowerPoint and Excel first started, right? When I say first started, I'm dating myself, it was buggy too. So we're at the early stages now. And so the cost, if you call it that, of the fee, so to speak, of being in early is that you have to help them make it better. So I'm glad that you have the experience and you get to see it early, but I also hope that they can fix the things that makes it easier for
yes.
you to use. And as you are telling other people about it, tell them about your experience, in the sense that this is what it really does, the good and the bad. And so this is how you can avoid it, or these are things you want to think about when you're deciding to use it. But if you weigh the good and the bad, it sounds like the good outweighs the bad. So you keep using it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. Glad to hear it. So make sure that you share that experience and continue to use it. Very good. Anybody else? I'd love to hear another story about who people are using it. Like maybe Power Automate. Has anybody specifically been using that part of the Power Apps? And if so, what is your experience?
So once
Does it mean?
again, it's me.
Yes, no,
I,
keep going. Tell me specifically.
I've used a lot about Automate too. I absolutely love it.
Uh-huh.
There is only one minor thing.
Uh-huh.
Microsoft so long time ago promised us to bring effects to Power Automate,
Uh-huh.
and it's still not there. So if this one feature could be bring to Power Automate, it would be perfect.
Got it, got it, got it.
Not
Okay.
to learn another thing of coding because Power Automate now has its own way to code.
Yeah.
It would be great.
Yes, yes, yes. Well,
And
and
I love coding, so
I
you
was gonna
know,
say it sounds like you do.
probably I'm not the best person to talk about it because I prefer more code than low code.
Yes. Understood. Understood. Well, the good thing is that, these apps are at a place where whether you love it, meaning, and you like a lot of code or you don't, there's a place for everyone here. Like in the chat, I saw that Nika shared that she's new, for example, to Power Apps. You have people that are all along the journey. So you have some that haven't used it a lot. You have some like yourself who are in it, it sounds like every day, but there's space for everyone, right? In there. So you're getting what you need at your level with a little bit of bugginess. And then people like Nika are getting what she needs as she, learns how to use it. And so it's important that you continue to use these tools, right? That's how they get better. That's how your experience gets better throughout. And as you're thinking about, using it here, try to see where else you can use it, right? Within your work process. So you may just be using it, let's say, on one particular project now, but I know that at least for myself, when I use it not just with my clients externally, but I use it with my clients internally. And the more I use it, the better I get at it, the more use I find in it now. There are still some bugs that need to be worked out, but the more you use it, the better it gets. Yes? All right. So let's talk a little bit now about the governance behind it. So as you are thinking about how you can use the Power Apps, you want to think about, setting up guardrails. What does that look like? As you are making sure that we are doing the quote unquote right thing, you want to make sure that scalability and security are non-negotiable. So as you're thinking about how to implement those frameworks, one of the things, and I shared this deck, that you want to have is a level of um, define roles and responsibilities so that it's flexible but secure. So one of the things, and again, this is at a general level, so you can definitely make it your own, that I created here was a governance checklist. And so I'm going to open it up and just show it to you guys really quickly, and you can access it yourself when you get the deck. But what you'll see here is some things to keep in mind as you're using the Power Platform. So number one, and you're thinking about your framework, think about what your policy needs to be like and who's going to do what, right, within the Power Platform. You want to make sure that there's some level of oversight so that, you are not only moving the needle forward on the work you're doing, but you're doing so in a way that's safe and compliant. You want to make sure that there's some level of data loss prevention, adherence to GDPR, et cetera, and of course, using the multi-factor authentication. Then there's a level of environment management, data management, and app and flow management that you want to keep in mind, and how to keep all of this going together. You want to be able to monitor what's happening. You want to be able to generate usage reports to share back with your leadership, to show them the growth and the progress or issues, right, that may arise from using it. So you want to make sure that you're doing this as you're thinking about how to use the Power Platform in a way that makes sense, if you're leading teams or projects that you're promoting the use of it. So let's dig into a particular I'm going to say case study that is really showing how you have a world example of how a global team used Power Platform to cut their project time. So it's much more than just a tech win, right? It's a cultural shift that happens because, as with anything, right, change is, yes, people, process, and technology, but there's a lot of pieces that go with that. So the overall challenge is that a slow and fragmented workflow stifles innovation. And that's what happened with this particular organization. We can't call them by name, but a multinational organization faced a critical challenge. Their project management processes were outdated, it was siloed, and just painfully slow. So imagine you have, for example, your tech team doing one thing, your communications team doing another, your change management team doing another, your PMO team is trying to put all the pieces together, but they're very, very much fractionated. So teams across the different departments and regions relied on these disconnected systems. So there's a lot of manual reporting, spreadsheets galore. There's a lot of excessive back and forth emails. Who wants another email? And then, of course, sometimes the information is not getting to the right place at the right time in the right way. So that causes a lot of delay, a lot of inefficiency, and overall frustration, right? As people were trying to figure out how to collaborate in real time. So in comes the Power Platform solution. How can they automate? How can they streamline? How can they integrate their workflows? So rather than integrating another, I'm going to say, temporary or band-aid type result, what they decided to do was embrace the Power Platform. They wanted to overhaul their workflows, and they came up with the three specific things. So number one, Power Apps for unified project management, where they built a custom-built project tracker app that replaced all of the different Excel sheets and manual tracking. So that's the first thing. The next thing that they thought about as they were doing that is how could their team members across the globe update their project statuses in real time so that it will have less miscommunication and duplicated effort, right? So that's the first thing. Let's get to, resolving some of this chaos and resistance by using that and showing each other how, what's happening on the different teams. The second thing is they use Power Automate for workflow efficiency. So instead of, repetitive approvals and sending out reminders and task assignments and all of that, they decided to automate the approvals, the assignments, and status updates. So it cut decision-making time from weeks to hours. Then they also use the automated alerts and notifications to keep everyone aware and aligned without the need for endless meetings or emails. It's a matter of, oh, such and such happened. this is the decision, and they were able to move forward. So that's the beginning of that pivot that we're talking about. So again, they're rebranding what they're doing. So instead of every team kind of doing their own thing, they're all coming together on this one, kind of sheet of music. Then they're networking, where they're bringing in all of the different people that are doing it and talking about it, right? Making sure that they get real-time feedback so that we can use this across the way. And then they're using the notification, right, to be able to pull out, well, this has happened, that's happened, and everyone is on the same page. The third thing is that they use Power BI for data-driven insights and transparency. So as they were doing this, they created custom dashboards that provide real-time visibility into the project process. So as they were thinking of the different things that were happening, they built these dashboards that showed progress. It showed where bottlenecks were. It showed where risks or potential risk would happen. And it really helped to give good momentum to enabling proactive decision making. So that way, leadership and the people that were actually in the project could track KPIs instantly and course correct if they needed to. So it eliminated the need for a lot of manual reporting and emailing and that sort of thing. So you may say, well, Patrice, so what? Why is this important? Well, what it resulted in was a 50% faster turnaround. And what that did was it began to shift the thoughts, right, about using this new tool. Was it potentially buggy? Yes. Was it a new process? Yes. Was it new technology? So it's something else that, we are already using, for example, our spreadsheets. Why do we need to go, to Power BI, for example? What they saw was that what once took 12 weeks was now getting finished anywhere from 6 to 7 weeks. So that saving of time, that sense of accomplishment, that increased level of adoption really got to a place where people really wanted to do this more and more. And employee engagement went up, autonomy went up, the level of productivity went up, and there was a real shift, right, from being reactive to proactive. So when they use things like data-driven decision making, it took away guesswork. When they use AI-powered automation, it reduced bottlenecks and saved time. When it got to a place where it was a lot more than what is it that these tools can do just for the work, but how people were feeling, that brought people back to the center of the change. So it was a lot more than just, let's use this new tech tool, right? It was about redefining how the teams worked. It showed how they could collaborate differently, how they could innovate differently. And it did a lot more than just optimizing the processes. It transformed that organization's culture and how they treated their employees, and how the employees really wanted to, from within, do quicker, faster, smarter, and innovative work. And so just like the young man that was speaking before that says, yes, it's buggy, but he loves it because he was able to kind of be on the front end of things that were happening and be a part of, the I'm going to say evolution of adopting these new tools. It's important that, we have that good mix of people, processes, and technology to make it really make sense. Any questions on that? Has anybody else used it and been able to see, this level of, I would say, increased productivity and the benefits of the tool? Because I know we have a mix of people in the room. I can't see the chat if someone is talking.
No, there's no questions.
Oh, okay, got it. Does anybody want to share their experience with using it and what it's been? Any of the power tools in general? Or is everyone here new to the power tools? We have a quiet bunch. Maybe can we put a thumbs up to see how, or if you've used it before? Maybe that's what we should do. I'll stop sharing for a minute. So let's talk. If we were to put thumbs up for those that have used the power tool, can we get a thumbs up if you've already been using it in your work? Nobody? A one? Thank you, David. And somebody has their hands up. Is that a question, or are you saying you've used it?
Maybe we cannot see the thumbs up on this, so this is why people are raising their hands.
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. So people have used it. How many hands up do we have? I'm sorry, I only saw one.
There was one.
Just one. And can you share how you've used it before?
It's still me. So I was.
It's still you, but keep talking. Tell me more.
Yes, I love connectivity. I've created app to manage some courses, to get some external data from external form. Use Power Automate to bring this data to SharePoint lists, and then after it was managed by Power App to manage those courses, to create new course, to add some people to this course, to provide some data, like if there is payment already done, and such things, you know, to just to manage those courses and then archive them after they are closed.
So then I have a question. How you did it before you used Power Apps? How long did it take you? What was the effort? And what is it now that you're using the Power Apps?
Previously, it was done on paper, so it was, you know, it wasn't perfect. For example, people put their form in paper, so it wasn't readable sometimes. There was mistakes in the email addresses, in the phone numbers. So when I was creating Flow in Power Automate, it was a long time ago, but I tried to validate address emails by creating condition to send them welcome email with a button to prove that the email is correct.
Yeah.
So I've tried to do many things to sorry, English is not my first language, so I've got some. I've got problems to speak my mind.
English, yes, that's okay.
Yes. So it was a huge step because it was digitalization of these processes, and it helped us with many problems, like these unreadable sometimes forms. And besides there is quick, much faster. People do not have to come to us, give us fill in forms, paper forms. They could just fill form in the internet, and my colleagues does not have to do not have to be to take those forms by person. It is this process. Yes, it's automated. So now they only have to.
I heard you say two things. It's an enabler, right? It's an enabler on your side as the producer, let's just say, and it's an enabler on the end user side, right? So you, for example, can set up the system. So it does take you time. You can set up the system for your course. So that takes some time. So you set up your content, you set up how they can enroll for the system, you set up maybe how they can submit their information, you know, once they're in the course and that sort of thing. And that saves you time once you get it set up, because you don't have to keep repeating it. It's something that you can keep using and just update as needed. Then for the end user side, go ahead.
And finding data, like who is assigned to which course. It is much faster. Every aspect of managing courses or signups, it's much faster than it was before.
Yes, 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 yes. So then also for the users, you were saying that you don't have to look at their handwriting. It's easier, right? When you're
Yeah.
online, right? You get all the information you need there, cut down the time on trying to figure out what they were saying, and you have all the information that's required from them, again, to automate and standardize the process of how to get them using it in a way that is beneficial to you and that's beneficial to them, in the ultimate goal of getting them to enroll in your courses. So it saves time and effort on their side, time and effort on your side. And then that makes the experience better for both of you, both parties, if you make that connection. So in using this, if it took you, let's say, 4 hours before, once you got it set up, how much time would you say that it saved you using these tools? Did it reduce it by 10%, 20%, 50%? What would you say?
It is very hard to guess because I'm just a programmer. I didn't do this work before. I just made this solution possible for my colleagues. But you know, there is not only time, but everything else. Just like we said, I provide even some kind of validation for some kind of types of data, like addresses, phone numbers, our identification number in Poland. We've got such that we could validate in some, I don't know how to say, some part of our identification number we can validate. So I provide this in my script. So there is much, those data are much more correct and much more valuable for us than it was before.
Accuracy.
Yes,
Increased
more
accuracy.
accurate.
Yes, yes, I love that. So it's enabling, it also automates, and then also, like you said, the success, right? Even if you don't have the exact amount of time, it's a better experience because it's not just more efficient, but you can use it in a way that engages your clients and your students in a much more longer term impact way, successful way, if I'm understanding you correctly. It created a more positive experience on all sides.
I can tell you about another experience. This one is on my side, so I can tell you if this saves me time. Yes, it is, and it was creating Microsoft 365 users for Microsoft Teams, and previously I was doing this manually on administration panel in M365. Then I was trying to create some CSV files, and then I was trying to import them. Then some PowerShell scripts, and finally I've created a simple app which just starts Power Automate flow, which creates all users. So now I have to only to get a list of new members, new users, for whom I have to create accounts. I just copy it to Excel file, bring this on OneDrive, run Power Up, just input the name of the group and click run, and this is all my work. And before I have to every person create manually, which takes time, as you can imagine. Some, I don't know, 2 minutes per person, maybe. Not only because I have to put the data manually, but also because I have to click on next, fill up every field. So it took time.
Yep. You become your own Microsoft Copilot before we had Copilot.
Something
No,
like
that's
that.
very good. That's very good. Thank you so much for sharing that. You know, the important thing, right? Just think about what you could achieve if you were to continue to use this strategy in so many different ways. That's what you can do with the Power Platform. You know what I mean? You can really accelerate not just your innovation and growth, but your overall transformation and build something really remarkable. So thank you so much for sharing that. I'm going to start sharing my screen again. And thank you so much for sharing, you know, what your experience is. So tell me when you can see my screen. Here we go. You can see my screen?
Not yet. Oh, now it's coming. Yes.
All right. So as you are thinking about what this looks like, just one second while I change to the next. Oh, hold on one second. Let me get it to catch up. Here we go. Here are our key takeaways, right? So if you think about, as I was saying, the RNA method, right? You have the rebranding, right? Where you can integrate what it looks like. You can reimagine what you'd like to do. So just as we talked about a while ago, like you can use it to enroll people in a course. You can use it to make sure you get the right information. You can save time from, you know, pencil and paper and using all these different spreadsheets. You can really integrate it for high impact adoption. It's something that you can use throughout the work that you're doing. The second that you can do is for networking. It's a great way to bring people in your organization or that work with you along the journey and really break through that resistance, right? To foster that culture of accountability and collaboration. Then the third thing you want to think about is the successes. How can you achieve recognition? Is it decreased time? Is it decreased effort? Is it increased, I'm going to say agency or empowerment? Is it, you know, increased collaboration? There's a lot of ways that you can enable safe and scalable innovation using the Power Platform. So your Power Platform is like your tools, right? You can use it in just about everywhere you are doing the work that you're doing, and then use RNA as the strategy. And that's how you create change that matters and that's recognized. So as you are thinking about this, your question is not just whether change is coming, right? Because we are definitely going to have to change, but you want to make sure that you are getting to a place where you are prepared to lead it. You can connect and you can collaborate and create, you know, transformations that stick and find ways to continue to do the work that you love to do. So if you have any questions, please do feel free to reach out to me. Here is my email and my website address so that we can stay connected. And then, of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to share them now and then scan the QR code that's here so that you can rate my session. Are there any questions while I give you a minute to do this or anything you'd like to share about the session? All right. And then, of course, they want you to click on this so that you can fill out the survey and win swag. These look really nice too.
Yes, they are.
All right, everybody, make sure you get a copy of that. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for having me today. It has been great talking with you guys. And there are some upcoming events. Oops, I'm not sure why it looks like this, but there's some upcoming events in Poland that they want to make sure you have the address for. And I have shared this deck, so you'll be able to connect to these different groups on LinkedIn and for the events that are coming up. And there's also a Discord channel. So if there aren't any additional questions, I think we're done.
Yeah. If you have any questions, just feel free to put them in the chat or unmute, and you can ask the questions. And if you don't, then Patrice, I would like to thank you very much for the session, and it was great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this was super nice.
Oh, well, good, 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 good. I enjoyed the session. I hope you guys got a lot out of it as well. Like I said, I shared the presentation deck so that you guys can have it. But I really enjoyed this session, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you guys again soon.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, have a good day.
Have a good day. Take care. And Mariusz, thank you for your participation.